She turned it off.
No, I took notes on.
No, it was the actually the design from the we saw it from over here, right? And
Yeah.
we looked over and I saw the design. I'm like, oh,
From the other factory, you looked at
yeah.
it.
I'm like,
and
okay. Yeah, there's an art to it. I sense an art about it, like immediately. Okay. I was excited about that. And then we went inside and it's quite clean, which is always a good sign when things are super clean, well organized. Of course, there was a lack of VOCs, which is always good.
You didn't have to.
You didn't smell
wear a
any.
mask.
Yeah, that's always a good sign. If there's a lot of VOCs in the air, I walk out. So, no, attention to detail was there for sure. And then the processing. Actually, we saw the polishing line second, right? And beautiful, well organized, clean. I mean, there wasn't dust in the air. There wasn't a lot of dry grinding going on. So I could breathe. And then we go into the mold side of the factory, the mixing and the pressing. And I was super impressed. There wasn't a lot of smell. I was impressed by the size of the tanks because a company that's not doing a Breton plant, but yet you have a Breton presentation on the front end, like as far as the holding tanks for the quartz, the organization of the grains, so you know what you're doing. You're very precise in the way that you sort your grains, and the powder's larger, but you got it organized. It's just like a Breton plant. You don't see that in China. It's really done out of scooping out of bags sometimes. You got a couple super sacks and you're scooping and you're throwing into things. It's not like that. It was very impressive. You guys have engineered your own plant that's on par with the Breton plants. I was super impressed.
What about the products?
Well, the first thing that really impressed me with the product was the samples. The first time I saw them, I sensed the density of the material immediately. And I called down the vice president of the company when I got the samples. I opened the box, and I wasn't prepared for what I saw. I thought, oh, it's going to be, these guys just started. It's going to be, I could break it with my hands. It's going to be kind of garbage like that because they're just figuring it out. It takes a lot of companies, like 10, 15 years to get to this point. So I opened it up, cut all, it was well wrapped, by the way. Open it up, take a look, and I'm like, wow, these feel heavy. They feel dense. Okay, wow. So I start stacking them up, and there's tons of shit in here. Keep opening. Oh my God, all these surprises, all these gifts. Wow. And I lay it all up and stack it up. Like, wow, this is pretty amazing. Start to look at the polish. Polish is fantastic. Unique, because you don't see the orange peel. You don't see the porosity that you see a lot of times. It's almost a lot like the Aria, where it's like Aria looks like acrylic sometimes in that it's very flat. It's very connected. There's no pores. You don't see the pores. You've fixed that. There's so I think, wow, staining not gonna be an issue with staining because there's no pores. You can't see the pores.
It's closed, very dense.
Very closed, exactly. So it's dense. It's heavy. It's closed. Okay. I'm interested. Like immediately, I'm interested, and that's for me. What changed it for me? I set them down. And I laid them all out. I have a desk where I have all the samples. Everything was pushed out of the way, and I laid them out there. And I thought about it and marinated on it for days and weeks. Wow, they got something. They figured it out. I was impressed.
Plant this morning. You walked into the plant this morning. What happens then? Because you saw these samples. Now you walked into the plant.
It was what I thought it was. It backed up what I thought I saw in the samples. So maybe it's anomaly, maybe it's bullshit, maybe I don't know why, maybe they had good samples. But what I saw at production was what I saw in the samples. So yeah, I was quite impressed.
Anything special about the slabs? Polish-wise, cut-wise, clarity-wise? Anything? Beveled? Anything?
The bevel's fantastic, by the way, because a lot of companies do bevel, but they do a very rough bevel. I mean, especially if they use rubber molds, they like to bevel out of the molds because they kind of create a weird edge. So they'll trim and then they'll bevel. But your bevel is almost the level. It's not polished. It's a raw bevel, but it's not as raw as the bevels they do out of the rubber molds. It's very impressive.
That is almost like a miter.
Yeah, almost exactly. It's almost a miter. It's almost a honed miter.
Right.
It's almost.
Right.
But it creates a great presentation. Everything's squared up nicely. It's going to prevent chipping. It looks nice to the end user because honestly now with quartz, we are actually hand selecting quartz slabs because things are moving away from the solid one color, monocolor, two color stuff. It's moving on now to multicolored materials where there's some variation. So clients want to actually hand select their slabs.
Right.
So when you
So
lay
there's-
them on,
so there is a-
you lay them on an A-frame, you know, or in a row, and they're selecting the slabs, it's going to be the same effect. They're going
Yeah.
to see, wow, these are really beautiful. They're clean. The edges are nice. You know, it's going to avoid chipping because of the bevel. It's going to be excellent for presentation.
Polish quality, what do you think?
Because of the density, because it's so closed, it's unbelievable. I don't know how to process it yet. I'm still figuring it out because it's very unique. The polish that exists here is like nothing you've ever seen before. It's strange. It's a glaze. It's a luster. I don't know what it is. It's very unique. But it's closed. That's what I know. I know that you close up all the pores, even in the stone. You don't. Yeah, there's nothing open. You don't see voids. When you look across it in the light, you don't see voids. Sometimes there's an undulation, but there's no voids, and that's the biggest problem. When a homeowner has their table, a big island, and there's sunlight, natural sunlight coming in, and they look across it, and they see voids, they flip out and they call us. I won't have that problem. Because
As far as the future of quartz and TAB in it, what makes TAB unique in the quartz business? Where could we be winners? Could we? What do you think we're gonna do?
well, because of the attention to detail that you've taken, I sense that there's a passion there, and you're going to do great things. Like if you come out of the gates like this, imagine what you're going to do with 2, 3, 4 years under your belt. It could be quite amazing. Like maybe taking advantage of what people have already done. You've learned from their mistakes. I don't know, but you've come out. We're well educated. You know what the market's done, and you've built on that already. So the fact that you've done it so quickly is impressive.
Thank you, Kyle, for your views. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to a fantastic next few years in quartz.